Hey Waffle Crew, I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm Mark, and today we're diving into some fresh Reddit tales. If you enjoy a good Reddit yarn, consider giving a thumbs up, subscribing, or maybe even tapping that notification bell. Let's jump into our first story, sending lots of love, folks. For a slight twist today, we'll kick things off in the Petty Revenge subreddit from Lawless Lady 63, who posted, "My middle school tormentor ended up giving me a butt massage." What a wild title. So, I, a 55-year-old woman, was dealing with sciatica and booked a massage. My regular therapist was away, so I got someone new. Let's call her Emily, a fairly common name. She was skilled and did an excellent job. No issues with her technique. But I couldn't shake the sense that I recognized her. Her face seemed familiar, yet I couldn't pin it down. We chatted as you do. "You from around here? Where'd you go to school?" And so on. We only discussed high school, so no connection clicked. Also, she didn't know me or my name because back in school I used a nickname. As an adult, I go by my full married name. So instead of D. Walker, I'm now Diane Thompson. No way she'd connect the dots. Back in junior high, two girls, best friends, made my life hell for no clear reason. Let's call them Emily and Claire. They'd push, hit, and shove me, even knock books out of my hands more than once. Teachers did nothing, and my middle school years were awful. Luckily, we went to different high schools. Back to the massage. After it was done, I got dressed and went to settle the bill. That's when I saw her last name on the receipt, Emily Carter. It all clicked. Emily came out to give me a water bottle and suggested soaking in Epsom salts. I wasn't going to say anything, it was ages ago, but I couldn't resist. She'd made my life miserable. So I said, "Hey, Emily, I just saw your last name and realized where I know you from. You and Claire bullied me at XYZ Junior High. Did you ever imagine you'd be massaging my backside one day?" I added. "You'd have known me as D. Walker back then." I said, "Give Claire my regards," and walked out, leaving her looking shocked. I know it was small, but I couldn't help it. I share this story with everyone. LOL. Edit. Someone pointed out a mistake with my age. I don't post often, so I messed up the format. I read a post here earlier that jogged this memory. I meant to say I'm 62 now, and this happened a few years back. I accidentally gave my age at the time of the event. My bad for the mix-up. A user, 24 girl, commented, "I got to evict my high school bully when I ran an apartment complex. I was smirking the whole time." Another top comment said, "Mine was seeing my bully stranded on a quiet road. He was thrilled someone stopped. I knew him instantly, but he didn't recognize me. He asked for car help. I used his name, told him to get lost, and drove off, laughing as he faded in my rear view." Someone asked, "Did you tip her?" OP replied, "Yeah, I did. I'd already paid when I saw the receipt, but I would have anyway. She did great work, and we were just dumb kids back then. I wouldn't mess with her job. What do you all think of this? Share your thoughts below. We'll stay in the Petty Revenge subreddit for now with Various Olive 5072, who wrote, "Mess with my kids, face the consequences," by truck. I, a 34-year-old woman, have lived in a posh, conservative part of Oregon for 5 years. It's tough fitting in here when you're a family of 4. Me, my husband, 38, and kids, 10, boy, 7, girl, from Orange County, California. It's like landing on another planet. Shout out to parents dealing with judgmental stares at bus stops. My style, hair, and tattoos get gawked at like I'm from outer space. I don't wear leggings, and it's like I've offended them personally. I keep my distance, grab my kids, and leave. But one mom, the self-proclaimed neighborhood queen, was the worst. I overheard her say, "I'm the head mom around here." She drove her husband's massive truck, revving it up and down our street. Our apartment complex, where all the bus stop families live, is super close by. Walk my kids to the stop daily to teach them not to be lazy and to face the weather. I stay polite but distant. What drove me nuts was this woman's parking. She'd blocked the sidewalk right where the bus stops. It was the first in-person school year post-COVID. One snowy day, she and another judgy mom sat in the truck, windows down. I stopped and calmly said, "And hey, could you avoid parking on the sidewalk? It's tough to pass." Her reply, "I drive a big truck. Deal with it." I was stunned. Her friend on the passenger side scrambled to roll up the window. Snapping out of my shock, I said, "Then learn to drive it," and walked off. Next day, in the rain, she's blocking the sidewalk again. I called the non-emergency police line, and they said they'd monitor the stop for the afternoon drop-off. That afternoon, a black Tesla with police in gray lettering was there. Truck lady pulls up on the sidewalk, oblivious, blasting 2000s techno with kids bouncing around. The officer walks over, talks to her, and leaves. I got a call from him later offering reassurance. He ticketed her for driving with kids not buckled in and warned her about sidewalk parking, which forced people into the icy street. He said to call again if she kept it up and to steer clear. She's got an angry streak. I didn't see her for a week. Guess where she parked next? I called the officer's direct line and he arrived fast, pulling up beside her truck. All the parents were staring, and her friend from the truck was glaring at me. I stared straight ahead, praying for the bus, trying not to crack up. I've always left these women alone, kept my space. A couple of years later, one of their kids told my son, "Your mom's a bad person." I ignored it, using it to teach my son a lesson. I later learned she racked up $800 in tickets. She stopped showing up at the bus stop. I know she still lives here. She drives by daily in a tacky gold Honda now. I hope OP adds an update about the truck. After the final ticket, she vanished from the bus stop, but I see her driving on the same schedule since her kids attend the same school. She glares at me, but I doubt she knows I had any role. In 2025, I've spotted her at school events with a new guy, so I think her husband left and took the truck. Note, I didn't report her for driving with kids hanging out of the truck. I only asked police to watch the stop due to sidewalk parking in bad weather. She got caught because she argued with the cop, yelling she always does this. The kids weren't even hers. She was carpooling. OP got tons of supportive comments about people who park on sidewalks, especially near schools. Where I live, there's a school nearby, and people park so carelessly, sometimes blocking crossings, endangering kids. The police occasionally patrol, but not enough. I'll try to snap a photo one day. OP responded to comments saying, "Thanks for the support. I was embarrassed about this story, worried I caused stress for her family by avoiding conflict. Hearing I wasn't wrong has been a huge relief. What's your take on this? Got a different perspective? Let us know below, and let's move to another tale. This one's from Bagel Undercouch in Petty Revenge, titled, "Cab Driver Trashes Me Thinking I Don't Understand, But I Do." This happened years ago, shortly after I moved to Chicago from Romania, where I studied and lived. Romania's amazing. Visit if you can. I had to learn Romanian fast since few people spoke English outside my university. Fast forward to Chicago, where I booked an Uber with a driver whose name looked Romanian. The area had many Eastern Europeans, so it wasn't shocking. I was excited to chat, keep my language skills sharp, maybe make a friend. The driver pulls up, I hop in, and he's on the phone with a friend or relative. I sit quietly, listening. The person asks if he's done working soon. He says something like, "Nah, I've got hours left." "Got a passenger now?" Man, I hate this place. The women here are so heavy and unattractive. This one's got a decent figure, but why can't she slim down? He rants about me and American women. I'm a bit curvy, and Romanians often commented on it, so I was used to it, but his boldness shocked me. I sat in the back, half amused, as we neared my stop. Then, in Romanian, using the accent from the region I lived in, I said, "Can you pull over on the right?" His head spun like something out of a horror movie, and he turned a shade of red I've never seen. He said nothing, just stopped. As I got out, I said, "Thanks, but you're not exactly a looker yourself, and you're hefty too. Maybe don't judge others." I've never felt so proud. ETA. Wow, this got some attention. Thanks for the love. To the Uber driver, if you're reading, hope you're still out there being your charming self. I love that kind of petty justice. His face must have been priceless. What do you think? Share below. Next up, from It's Mobile Landman in Petty Revenge. Boss shorted me $100 and paid for it. I'm a contractor. On a remote project, I offered to buy breakfast burritos for the county facility staff for a week in exchange for free copying privileges. The boss okayed it over the phone. The burritos cost just over $100, a steal compared to the $1,000 copy budget. I submitted receipts and a credit card statement, but a week or two later, he rejected the expense. I wasn't furious, but a deal's a deal. I called to remind him he'd approved it. His reply? Should have gotten it in writing. That ticked me off, but I finished the job. A week later, I was on another client's project. Months later, the same boss called about a new job starting the next month. After negotiating, I agreed. It was a tight schedule, all hands on deck, with nights and weekends expected to impress a new client. Days before the start, he said paperwork was coming. I checked my email, then told him I wasn't taking the job after all. He lost it, screaming, "You committed weeks ago!" I echoed his words. Should have gotten it in writing. I imagine him slamming the phone down, fuming. From moosefish and petty revenge? Unwanted wedding guests? Watch this. Years ago, I wasn't speaking to my brother for good reason. He tried to fight my now husband, and his wife threatened me with a gun. When we got engaged, I made it clear he wasn't invited to the wedding. But my mom reached out to him, saying he and his wife promised to behave. I told her she had no right and to uninvite him. Her excuse? He's your brother. Think of family. Plus, she and others pressured us for an open bar, we don't drink, and a bigger venue despite our wish for a small wedding. The pressure came from my alcoholic mom, who wanted to invite distant relatives for the free booze. Fed up, one Monday evening, I asked my now husband, "What are you doing tomorrow?" He said, "Hanging with you, why?" I said, "Want to get married?" He was all in. We eloped Tuesday with 2 friends officiating. We saved tons, avoided the drama, and had the intimate wedding we wanted. My mom flipped, posting on Facebook about missing her daughter's wedding, playing the victim without mentioning her meddling. If she'd respected our choices, we'd have had the wedding. Top comment, dodging drama like a superhero. Many shared similar stories of eloping to escape wedding pressure. It often turned out amazing. What's your take? Let us know below. Finally, from his Mayo and Instruments 95 in Petty Revenge, let your teen kick me for a 9-hour flight? Stay stuck on the plane. Yesterday, flying from the UK to the US, I sat next to a mom and her apparent 18-year-old daughter. She seemed younger, but the mom gave her alcohol, so who knows. The daughter, shoes off, kept elbowing and kicking me with smelly socks while talking loudly. She once woke me up with a kick and hit me with her jacket. Near landing, they were play fighting, and I got hit again. I told them to act civil. My petty move. When the seatbelt sign went off, they tried to rush off the plane early from row 37 GJ the back. I lowered my tray table, kept watching my show, and said, "Patience is key. You'll get off last anyway." They weren't happy. As rows cleared, I took my time closing up, grabbed my bag from the overhead, and, accidentally, bumped the daughter with my coat, holding them back. A big family behind us filled the aisle, delaying them further. I saw them at baggage claim 5 minutes after me. It was minor, but felt great. They probably still rant about the person who slowed them down. Someone commented, "People like that make me wish I could thumbs down them in real life." Sounds like a sci-fi show episode, right? But what do you think of these stories? Got your own petty revenge tale? Share it at r/marknarrations, email or tweet me. Huge thanks for joining today. Your support means everything. Catch you in the next one. Take care. Much love.